Welcome back to the show, and a major development for Africa today with the formal launch of the new payment and settlement system known as the PAPSS. For a deep dive conversation on this is the Managing Director and Regional Executive of EcoBank Nigeria, Patrick Akiwoto, and is live with me here in our Lagos studios. Many thanks for making the time this evening. Quite a very big day. EcoBank's one of the banks or partners for this particular program, so no other person better than to discuss this with. What is the rationale behind the setting up of the PAPSS system in the first instance?
Thank you, Wilson. Like you said, great day for Africa. Really great day for Africa. We've been talking about intra-Africa trade as critical to allowing Africans to take their destiny in their hands, create employment, generate wealth, and AFCA was launched, became operational last year. The payment infrastructure, an efficient payment system, is a critical enabler for trade. And that's why you see, anytime you hear trade, you hear payment. Every time you hear payment, you hear trade. Because payment delivers the value that is contained in a trade transaction. Therefore, for Africa, today, PAPSS, a Pan-African Payment Settlement System, is critical because now we have a backbone through which all the countries in Africa, 55 of them, are able to actualize the transactions that will be done within the free trade area called Africa. One market, instant payment, reduction of costs. Africa pays about $5 billion in costs for trade transactions today because the correspondent and settlement banks are outside Africa. So you use third currency, either the US dollar or euro or the Chinese one. Now we're able to, using this platform, connect all banks. All the central banks are active in this. The African Union gave it authority in 2019. This is promoted by Afrexim, is supported by the Pan-African Bank, EcoBank. Africa is here to do real business.
Interesting, the rationale behind this, and for you with all your years of experience in the banking sector, understand trade and money. They go together, they're like twins. But the payment system, how was it designed really? Because again, the Afrexim Bank was talking about it, and everyone was saying, look, how will the EFCFTA goes up? Yes, we have infrastructure, we have a lot of challenges, but again, payment, 54 countries in Africa, I think about 30 or 40 odd currencies we all use.
42 currencies.
42 currencies.
Right. And so one must congratulate Afrexim. I mean, Professor Rama and his team, Mike Ogbalu and all of them involved in this, one must congratulate them because they actually stepped forward and leveraging on the instrument of Afrexim itself, which is about Africa trade and facilitating trade in Africa, decided to operationalize a payment infrastructure. So they put together the scheme rules, the bylaws, a governing structure, a Pan-African Payment Council, of which today you have the chairman of the PAPSS Governing Council is our own governor of our central bank, Dr. Godwin Emefiele. So they put together a management structure, and then invited core participants, starting with a pilot within West Africa, Nigeria, Liberia, Ghana, the Gambia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone, leveraging through their central bank governors, connecting the national switches within those countries, and started to do a test run so that there is confidence that it is possible for you to export from Nigeria, Adire from Abeokuta, to people who want to do a birthday or a big ceremony in Ghana and receive your payment instantly. Of course, you
in what currency?
In your local currency. So the person paying from Ghana will pay in Ghana cedi. The exporter out of Abeokuta will receive the Naira value instantly, eliminating the need for a third currency, removing delays for settlement. So you're able to do it instantly, strengthening our local currencies, providing employment for Africans, enabling Africa move intra-Africa trade from current 16%, about $70 billion, to the range of 50-55% within the next 3 years. That is huge. Because we could be talking of about $300 billion intra-Africa trade, which would be close to 15 of Africa's GDP. Fantastic.
Interesting about how the architecture works. In the case of Nigeria, talk about those 6 central banks in those 6 countries.
Right.
In the case of Nigeria, that would be, but that would be NIBS, by the way, because NIBS is our own Nigeria Interbank, our settlement system. But again, how do you get other operators and pilot banks into the system to ensure that everybody can be on the same page? Because it's all digitalized, automated.
Right. So Nigeria has a head start. Nigeria has NIBS. A number of other countries in Africa are not yet at the level of NIBS. But you have major Pan-African banking entities that already connect all the players in different countries. EcoBank is an example.
Yes.
Today, we're able to reach any bank in Chad, in Niger, in Malawi, in Burkina Faso, because we already have a Pan-African switch, and we're connected with PAPSS. Clearly, we also supported with our own technical expertise, our experience. The whole idea is
you supported the AFCFTA, the Afrexim Bank, in this pilot phase.
Absolutely. We work together with the Afrexim Bank in this, and you would have listened to the group CEO of EcoBank, Adeyemi, at today's opening in Ghana.
Yes.
Of course, it's a journey that the founders of Africa has always looked at Africa as one market, because before colonization, Africa was one market. You think of the cowrie for payment, there was no third currency. And all of a sudden with colonization, before you can make a payment between Sierra Leone and Nigeria, then you first have to send it to London, and then somebody is making 165 pounds on a 10,000 pounds transaction that is actually happening between Sierra Leone and Nigeria. I mean, that is horrendous, because that's close to 2%. And then we talk of poverty in Africa. So this eliminates that.
So
the value of that in a year is 5 billion.
The international banking system should be scratching their head right now that here goes Patrick and the rest of his team that are going to take some of their lunch.
Well, the fact is Africa started civilization in a lot of ways. So we're just taking our rightful place in the global economy.
We have a lot more to talk about on this when we return.
Thank you.
Patrick Akiwota, the regional executive at EcoBank Nigeria. Intra-Africa trade, a very big day for African continent. Yeah, we thank you everyone for standing by on this conversation. A very important day for Africa, as we saw the inauguration today of the new Intra-Africa Payment and Settlement System, the PAPSS in Accra, Ghana. A very big day, big name. Of course, Nigeria, part of this important day. The managing director and the regional executive of EcoBank Nigeria, EcoBank Group, of course, being part of the design and the test run and the flotation of this particular system. Thank you so much, Patrick Akiwota, for starting by. We're having conversation and just before the break about how much we're giving out to the international banking system and others, whether they are airlines, whatever we're doing, because we don't have a Pan-African system that can cross our Ghana to cedi, to Liberian dollar, to the kwacha, to whatever other currencies, the bearer. Now this is the day that we can say 2022 we go live.
Right.
On a pilot basis.
Actually, you said how much does it cost us? I said it is $5 billion in direct costs. There are other costs. Because we're talking of employment. We're talking of wealth creation. Think of an SME in Nigeria that is able to prepare services for an SME in Burkina Faso. For every $1,000 transaction, about $20 is already earned somewhere in Paris and $20 somewhere in London, because you need to cross between those two, because you're talking of Anglo to Franco economy. Of course, EcoBank has done quite some work over the years bridging that, but EcoBank is one player. We're talking of a common platform for the entire continent right now. We're saying, for instance, in aviation, we have Pan-African airlines. Why are they struggling all the time? We have international airlines coming into Africa. Why is it that Africa is indebted in terms of dollar remittances, pound sterling, euro remittances, when the travel is actually happening within Africa? Why are we settling in a third currency? So if you want to come from Kenya to Nigeria, pay your Kenyan shillings to your travel agent, and the airline that is carrying you from Nigeria, hopefully Air Peace,
Yes.
will receive the naira value instantly.
Into a Nigerian local account.
To a local account. So in that way, we strengthen both our local currencies. We begin the journey for a common monetary union across Africa. One continent, one market, one set of rules, ability for better monetary policy, transparency in terms of flows, eliminate money laundering and all those other issues that happens because you can't trace an account somewhere in one island, somewhere in Europe or the Bahamas or whatever.
Yes.
Within Africa, all our central banks together, all our core financial institutions together, riding and sharing, collaborating. We also connected the EcoBank Pan-African switch. We know that the South African switch is being connected. We know Ken's switch is being connected. We all come together on the PAPSS platform. Create one market for Africa, take Africa to the next level. Take our destiny in our hands. The same thing China did with Union Pay. If you understand, that's what they did. And they basically stayed out of using Visa or MasterCard. They just used payment within their continent. Africa has that opportunity now. Thanks to Afrexim, thanks to the likes of EcoBank, the central banks, and all of us that are really committed to letting Africa take its rightful position.
12 commercial banks are said to be already connected.
Absolutely.
And Mike Ogbalu, the managing director and CEO of PAPSS, perhaps says, look, in that particular soundbite, and say, look, this system does not override the existing payment systems like the NIPS we have in Nigeria, but it's just going to support it. How will that work?
It is about collaboration. So now we're talking of a common highway for everybody.
A super highway.
A super highway for everybody. And Mike, we proudly is a product of EcoBank.
And of Nigeria.
And of Nigeria. In fact, when you say Nigeria, WTO DG is Nigerian, AFDB president is Nigerian, Afrexim president is Nigerian, the chairman governing council of PAPSS is our central bank governor, Nigerian, the MD CEO of PAPSS is Mike Ogbalu, Nigerian, MD of EcoBank Group across the 3 countries is Adeayemi, Nigerian, MD of AFC is Samaila, Nigerian. This is the time for Nigeria. This is the time for Africa.
And the Under Secretary General at the United Nations.
Yes, Amina Mohammed, Nigerian.
Just got re-elected.
Absolutely.
Again, so you look at 12 banks, and it says this will be expanded across the rest of the continent. How will this be done? How quickly do you think we should do it?
I think, as someone who has participated in payment technology across Africa, this is doable this year. It is doable. What you do is you use aggregators. So if you look at what NIPS did to be able to reach all participants, fintechs, in Nigeria,
yes.
All those fintechs, those community banks, the microfinance entities, they are carried by other players, either by a bank or a PTSP.
Yeah.
Those are aggregators. And they aggregate and come to the superhighway. The same thing for Africa. Each country has aggregators. I can say easily, EcoBank is an aggregator in Liberia. It's an aggregator in Burkina Faso. It's an aggregator in Niger. EcoBank connecting brings all those participants straight into PAPSS. The same thing you have in East Africa. Equity Bank is an aggregator. You connect that, you carry all the entire artery and veins and all the distribution network that is carried on that. That means that African banks become the correspondent and settlement banks for trade within Africa.
Instead of using correspondent banks in Europe, in
you
Paris,
know the names.
in
I don't want to advertise them here. I'm African. I'm ready. Africa is ready. Let's go for it.
Interesting that now we need to do a lot more. What do you think are the next most important steps for us to take?
Okay, we need to now bring all the stakeholders on board. The chambers of commerce are absolutely critical. In a lot of countries, they do aggregate the MSMEs. They have the exporter groups. You have the key industry sectors that lend themselves to Pan-African trade.
For example, the East African Community.
Absolutely.
The East African Business Council.
Absolutely.
The South African SABC.
SABC.
Yes.
In ECOWAS here, you have the West Africa Chambers of Commerce.
Yes.
And all that. We need now to go through helping them see the practical opportunity. Bring the test pilot to them
Because they are already organized.
Yes, let them test it and use it, and all their members will be sold. Each of us that already have those relationships have a responsibility. Those 12 banks, yes, EcoBank and the other 11 banks, we have a responsibility. Take this message that, look, for you to do a transaction from Tanzania to Ghana, from Nigeria to Chad, you don't need to start looking for one international foreign bank. The rules for the trade is known by the regulatory authority. The payment capability is here. And with technology, this is the advantage of COVID. A lot of our customers now are able to log in online on either internet platform or a mobile platform and do their transactions. Yeah. PAPSS will just work the way NIBS has been working behind
in Nigeria
and making it possible to pay from Kavanchan to Ugeli instantly without waiting for 21 clearing days. Today is instant. When I joined banking, it was 21 clearing days for up-country clearing. But then today, at the touch of button, the payment is instant. That's the way PAPSS will work. And Afrexim is putting together a $3 billion overdraft line to support
that system.
That system,
yes.
And $8 billion trade line for the participating banks, which also ensures that you're able to grant better credit to the manufacturers, the exporters.
So in other words, it's not just a system not backed with liquidity.
It's a system backed with liquidity.
$8 billion.
And it's a system backed with governance and the support of the central banks. All the key parties are already engaged. We now need to take it to the users. And we need to keep pumping the statistics, showing the value, encouraging the Nollywood expert that your market across Africa, now you receive your money instantly. It's a big opportunity for us in Nigeria.
But if anyone wants to opt for dollars?
Why would you like to do that? If you want to do that, yes, but it's out of your choice, not by compulsion, which today is why the price is always skewed in favor of the dollar. Because it's a compulsion. You don't have a choice. Now that you have a choice, the dollar will need to respect the value of the productive capacity
of the currency, of local currencies.
Absolutely. Yes. The same thing China did to global economy.
So the strength of the dollar technically across the African continent was because it's a compulsion currency.
Absolutely.
You can't go around it.
So if they decide that there's going to be scarcity,
yes,
very quickly,
then we're all sweating.
Then we're all sweating. Now, we will compare on the basis of the value of the production on our continent versus the production outside.
Patrick Akewotson, Managing Director and Regional Executive, you need a cold glass of wine to celebrate.
It will be palm wine.
It will be palm wine.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Okay, it's
Africa
going to be
for Africa.
Made in Nigeria and paid for
made in Ife, actually. And paid for from Ghana.
And paid for in Ghana. I don't mind this. I don't mind the cities. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations to everyone on the African continent. Have a great evening. Wish everyone all the best.